Councilman Besse.
Thank you very much. You've seen this afternoon that we have no marginal candidates for Lieutenant Governor on the Democratic side this year. All of us, all four, are capable individuals with experience of their own. The question that you have to answer as voters is, what kind of leadership do you want? What kind of experience is important in this office, Lieutenant Governor? I'll give you some thoughts about what I think is important for this office over the next 4 years in particular. I think our state needs leaders committed to stewardship. We continue to see that grievous loss, 100,000 acres a year of our farm and forest land. It has to be addressed. Yes, we are in historic drought, and we're seeing growing competition for our clean water resources, but that is not just a blip on the road. That, unfortunately, is going to be the wave of the future that we have to deal with our population expanding the way it is, with our industry expanding, and with our climate changing and predicted to result in less precipitation over much of our state. We have to get smarter about how we plan for and how we use our water resources. We have to make a clean energy future a reality in our state, and we have to be part of the solution of dealing with the runaway train of climate change. I have the practical experience of working in all these areas. 12 years on the North Carolina Environmental Management Commission, working for clean air and clean water, out in public where you can see it and judge. A member now of the Climate Action Plan Advisory Group that put together a comprehensive proposal for North Carolina's participation in dealing with the climate problem. The chair of the Stakeholders Committee for the Piedmont Triad Early Action Compact in the Piedmont Triad region of more than 1 million people, bringing our air up to federal clean air health standards by the end of this past year, earlier than we would have been required to do under basic federal law. I think we need a leader who is committed to equal opportunity across our state, committed to dealing with the growing achievement gap in our educational system, committed to dealing with the gap in access to affordable health care. And that, by the way, is one of the most important things we can do to help business and the economy of our state. Small business in particular, small employers, are dealing every week with struggling to keep their employees covered with health care. They're struggling with the fact that their costs are going up 4 times as fast as the average cost, average rise in family income. That can't continue. We have to fix the health care access problem. We need somebody, I believe, in the second highest office in North Carolina who has real-world experience outside the Capitol Beltway. It's not enough simply to advise behind the scenes in Raleigh. We need publicly tested leadership that has worked and been held accountable by the voters and not found wanting. I believe that we also need someone who has experience in both the growing urban regions of our state and the rural areas, hands-on experience in addressing the very different, frequently, problems that you deal with in the areas of our cities where the economy is booming and the areas of our countryside where businesses are closing and we're falling further behind. I have the real-world hands-on experience in both our struggling rural areas and in addressing the problems of our growing cities. We need that combination in state leadership today. And I think we very frequently as well need a leader at the state level who is willing and prepared to tell the various business lobbies what they need to hear, not just what they want to hear. They need to hear that the state cannot afford to cut back on pollution controls just because it might be in someone's short-term economic interest. They need to hear that we cannot afford to sway to every lobbying wind. They need to hear that we can't simply keep feeding the revolving door between corporate law and high public office. I think that we need a lieutenant governor in North Carolina whose only clients are the people of our state, who's going to come to work every day wearing work shoes, not wingtips. And that's the kind of leader that I want to be for North Carolina as your next lieutenant governor. Thank you so much.
One other thing before one of the Federation people closed the program, one of the founders of our party, Thomas Jefferson, once said, "If a nation expects to be both free and ignorant, it expects that which never was and never can be." We've taken a little step today to be a little less ignorant of our candidates, and I think that we will all benefit from that. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. Candidates, keep up the good work, and I'll turn it back to you.